Oh boy. Yeah, that was a movie that I watched. Color of Night. Oh boy. Where do I start? All I know is I'll remember to say this right at the beginning of the review. There be spoilers. Oh my god, there is a lot to unpack with this flick. Oh wow. Yeah, let's just get into it. All right, this is a 1994 movie directed by a man named Richard Rush, written by Billy Ray and Matthew Chapman, and has a really good cast too. We've got Bruce Willis. Yeah, he's actually yep. I'd put him in the good cast part. Bruce Willis, Jane March. We've got Leslie Ann Warren, Scott Bakula, Brad Dourif, Lance Henriksen. It's a, it's a pretty dang good cast. And the good cast saves this movie for me. It saves it. It is the one saving grace of this movie. Everything in this movie, everything else is just like spectacularly, amazingly odd and bad. So the thing about this movie is you've got Bruce Willis. He plays this shrink plus like behaviorist kind of guy named Bill Kappa. And he's treating some woman at the start, and he's not doing a very good job because she jumps out a window and kills herself. So he goes from New York to LA to kind of like chill out and recharge and all that kind of stuff just to get away for a bit. And he starts hanging out with his best mate. That's Scott Bakula. I'm like, oh cool, got fucking quantum leap in this shit. All right, let's do it. All right. And Scott Bakula, he takes fucking Bruce Willis to a Monday group, and this Monday group is a group of people with mental issues that meet every Monday, and they have like a session and all that kind of stuff. And then after that session, where you meet all the characters, uh, Bakula tells Willis that I think I got death threats, dude, and I think it's one of the people in my group. And then he dies, and you don't know who it is. And Bruce Willis, of course, takes over the Monday group to try to figure all this shit out, right? There's just one problem with this. All right, the group stuff, every scene in this film with the group, wonderful. There's some really good scenes here. There's some really good characters as well. Really liked the dynamics between them and how they get along. You feel like they've been in this group for a long time or a while, and it's filled with really interesting characters like Lance Henriksen's Buck or Leslie Ann Warren as Sandra, and Brad Dourif as well as as Clark gets a few laughs from me as well. Not in a bad way. I'm not laughing at him. I'm just it's just a really good performance. And those those scenes are kind of like the heart and soul of this movie, if it does have one. Now, the only problem with these sections is this is 1994. All right, I don't know anything about this movie, by the way. I'm going in blind, don't know, watching it, and I see this character Richie, and they introduce him, and I'm like, all right, this is 1994. Here we go. This person's got gender identity issues and stuff like that, and I'm thinking this is 1994. I don't think they're going to treat this kind of thing with dignity or anything like that. And I said, like, it's right here. Boom. Well, I could have written that note anytime. No, but I read it as I was watching the movie. I was like, that's a woman in disguise, and she's going to be involved with the murders somehow. And then, as soon as I saw this mysterious love interest, Jane March. As soon as I saw Jane March, I was like, it's her, and she's fucking with them all somehow. And you don't see Jane March till about 20, 30 minutes into the film. But you do see Richie. But I was like, Richie, there's something about Richie that I just don't buy, which is proven the very instant you see Jane March. And you see Jane March, and you're like, oh, that's the same character. It's the same person. Like, I wasn't fooled. And I don't think anyone, I would be surprised if anyone in 1994 was fooled by this as well. I was totally not fooled. And the movie's 2 hours and fucking 20 minutes. 2 hours and 20 minutes of knowing exactly where this fucking movie's going. And the surprising thing is, I know where this was going. All right, we're leading up to the reveal that this mysterious woman that Bruce Willis is banging throughout the movie is Richie somehow. Everyone knows it. Hurry up and get to it. Except, I was never bored for 1 second. The performances are fantastic. It is just got some bizarre shit in it. Like, Bruce Willis is staying at Scott Bakula's house. And when Scott Bakula dies, he still stays in the house and drives his car and works in his office. Bruce Willis takes over this guy's life. That's freaking weird. Like, you don't see a funeral scene for this dude. You don't meet any of his parents and shit. Like, no one gives a crap that he's really dead except for the people in this group and Bruce Willis himself. Okay. And I'm like, how stupid are these characters as well? They're all kind of describing the same woman, and they all seem to know each other really well, and they just can't click on that. And it's just full of really weird, fucking bizarre shit. It's also got this thing where all the music is bad and none of it's good. All of it. The soundtrack is fucking abysmal. It's a movie made in 94, but it's got like a soundtrack for like a 80s movie or something. You know, you got your saxophones and all this kind of stuff. It's really bad music. It never meshes with any of the scenes ever. It's just terrible, terrible music. In fact, I would say if you want to get an idea of what this music's like, if you've ever seen the Puppet Master movies, that's that kind of music. I don't like that either. So the music's like that. Bruce Willis still looks like he cares. Hey, why would you show the tip of your wiener in a movie you don't have any faith in? And I think it's only fair that he's showing something because not poor Jane Marsh. Jane Marsh is fucking a badass in this movie. Is she awful as Richie at disguising that and stuff? Yeah, but that's not her fault. Is she amazing as this kind of femme fatale-ish like character? Yeah, actually, she's fan-fucking-tastic. Props there. Bruce Willis still seems like he cares. This was a really solid, really good performance from him. And yeah, I saw a little bit more Willis than I really wanted to. A bit of the tip, a lot of bum. If you're into that sort of thing, Color of Night is definitely going to be your movie. And so you're watching this. This is just a big surprise for me because I'm watching this going, I know where this is going the whole time. I know where it's leading. I know everything that's going to happen. And I was entertained by it. And I credit that to nothing but the performances because everything else from the storyline to the twists and turns to the just bizarreness, it's just it's just so weird that you're living rent-free in this dead dude's house the whole movie. Like, wouldn't you move out and like stay at a hotel or something? But then a lot of the movie wouldn't work because yeah. 2 hours and 19 minutes. And I laughed for quite a few scenes. Like when the fucking final reveal's been made, I'm just laughing my ass off. When all these supposed twists and turns are happening and reveals, I'm just like, come on, it's Richie. It's Richie, come on! Hurry up! Hurry up! But as I'm saying hurry up, I'm like, at the same time. In fact, that's going to cut tea into my score of this flick because I am giving Colour of Night a 2 out of 10. However, in brackets, a 7 out of 10. All right, here's how I would describe it. Have you seen the movie The Room, that famously bad Tommy Wiseau movie? I would give that a fucking 0 out of 10 in terms of like how good it is. But entertainment factor is off the charts 10, right? So this gets a 2 out of 10 in terms of like it's poorly made. It thinks it's being clever when it's not. I think the only person who did their job really good in terms of behind the scenes is whoever cast the film, because you've got some really good character actors and things like that, or TV actors beefing up some of the side roles. And Bruce Willis actually looks like he gives a shit. So, if you want something bizarre and kind of funny and stupid, and you don't mind it being 2 hours, 20 minutes, watch Colour of Night. I can't believe I said that. Oh yeah, there's lots of gratuitous sex and shit too. So, yeah, there's another reason, I guess. Give me a like, dislike, share and subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you for day 3 of the 7 Days of Bruce Willis.